Hey everyone, Two Angry Frogs here, and as we talked about in part 1 of this series with patch 1107, we have a new massive meta achievement for the War Within, You Xal Not Pass. When completed, not only do you wrap up a ton of achievements, but you also receive 2 new mounts, the Shadow of Doubt and the Breaker's Song. So join us as we walk through every detail so you don't miss anything to get these new mounts and complete a heap of new and current achievements. In this video, part 2, we're diving into the Ringing Deeps and how to complete the achievement Rage Aside the Machine. For Rage Aside the Machine, you aid the assembly of the Deeps by completing 7 achievements. These include Adventurer of the Ringing Deeps, Treasure of the Ringing Deeps, It's Not Much But It's Honest Work, Supersized Snuffling, Notable Machines, Not So Quick Fix, and To All the Slimes I Love. For the first achievement, Adventurer of the Ringing Deeps, you need to complete 10 special encounters across the Ringing Deeps zone. Not all of them are up at all times, and some are easier to complete than others. We've marked on the world map where all of these can be found. Based on enemy difficulty, spawn timers, and other factors, I found the quickest way to complete this achievement is with the following encounters. The first rare Candle Flare Captain can be found in the Warrens, patrolling the skies. Hit him with your mount while flying, and you can pull him to the ground to defeat him. Next up is Aquelian, which can be found in the Living Grotto area. You'll see Aquelian right as you begin the descent from Ringing Deeps into Ashkehet. This is a pretty short respawn timer, so you don't have to wait long if it's not there. Deathbound Husk can be found inside a cave in the southern part of Talek in the Talek mine area. Nothing special here, just defeat the rare and you're on to the next one. Coalesced Monstrosity can be found in the Shadow Vein extraction site area and has a short 10-minute respawn timer. Watch for the Deep's larva in this area, which can spawn from underground, and Coalesced Monstrosity will also periodically summon congealed slimes, which adds to the enemy count. Next is King Splash, which can be found in Shimmermist Falls. This is another one with a very short respawn timer, so if it's not there, it does respawn pretty quickly. For hunters, King Splash is the only tameable rare pet from the Skipper family, so you can grab this one as well. Kelpmire is in the Waterworks area just below the Waterworks Delve entrance. There are quite a few disrupted slimes and disturbed kelps in the area, so depending on your character power, you may want to clear those before engaging Kelpmire. Cragmund is found in the Cataract River area just northeast of the Waterworks. Avoid the fracturing crag swirlies on the ground, and this is a straightforward fight. Cragmund has a respawn time of about 20 minutes, so you may have to wait just a bit if he's not up. The next, Charmonger, you will find near the Hallowfall Gate. Avoid his frontal flamethrower ability, and that's about it. For Charmonger, it's about a 20-minute respawn time. Automaxor can be found at the east end of the earthworks, standing in the doorway of a room carved into the rock. Note that it ignores all taunts from pets, so you will need to avoid the melee mechanics regardless of your class. Like with the previous 2, Automaxor has a roughly 20-minute respawn timer. Finally, Rampaging Blight can be found in a small room carved into the rock in the center of the Rumbling Waste. Again, nothing special here, so just defeat him to complete the achievement. For the remaining rares, all have a bit of extra effort involved or unusually long respawn timers. Trungle is located inside a cave at the Chittering Den area. It will initially be buried in the ground, and you will see only the mushroom cap. You need to kill nearly all of the root of Trungles that are both outside and in the cave entrance to spawn the rare. Although not particularly difficult to defeat, Terror of the Forge at the Stone Vault exterior is surrounded by lava. This rare has an uninterruptible kickback mechanic in Trample, and a fear mechanic in Horrifying Howl, which must be interrupted. Either can push you into the lava, making this fight a bit more difficult. Deep Flare Broodmother, which is in the Nibelgaz mine area, is difficult for any class without decent ranged abilities. It flies high up around the area and is difficult to get to come to your character level without hitting the ground and immediately bugging out. You'll need to pull it from range down onto a platform or walkway to get it to stay in place to defeat it. The next three all have 65 million health and high damage mechanics, so they are extra difficult for solo play. The first, Spore-Infused Shell Wing, patrols the skies in the Obsidian Hollow area. Hit it with your mount while flying, and you can pull it to the ground to defeat it. Next, you'll find the Disturbed Earth Gorger in Obsidian Hollow as well. To get the rare to spawn, use the Stomp extra action ability on the Rumbling Rocks a few times. Watch for the Cerebral Sweep ability, which knocks you back a good distance and can cause you to pull more enemies. Finally, Hungerer of the Deeps, also in Obsidian Hollow, is located in a room carved into the rock side. Interrupt Suffocating Smog, which does a ton of channel damage and ignores any pets, and you'll also need to interrupt Dreadful Roar to prevent being feared. Zilthara is located in the Shadow Vein extraction site northeast of Gundergaz. Zilthara is not a difficult enemy to defeat, and it might be that I continued to hit this area at the wrong times, but I found the respawn timer to be unusually long, so this may be one to pass on for the achievement. The final rare, Lurker of the Deeps, located in the water at the Deep Forge Golem Works, can only be spawned by pulling 5 levers scattered around the ringing deeps within 10 seconds, so this will require a group. It does have a chance to drop a mount, Regurgitated Mole, on a 24-hour lockout. For the achievement Treasures of the Ringing Deeps, you need to find all of the hidden treasures located across the Ringing Deep zone. The first treasure, Webbed Knapsack, is found inside a cave in the Chittering Den. Fight your way through the spiders and find the Webbed Knapsack in the back. Up next, for Mundarot's Forgotten Stash, you'll head to the eastern side of Nibelgaz Mine. Inside the cave, you'll find the treasure, which contains a few crafting gems. For the Waterlogged Refuse, head to the eastern side of the Warrens area. About halfway up the waterfalls on a rock ledge, you'll find the treasure. Note that this is one of those that can only be looted once per account. For the next treasure, head to Camp Murrock, and inside the building you'll find a Kaja Cola machine. You need to buy one of each cola in the following order: Blueberry Blast, Orange Apocalypse, Oyster Outburst, and Mangoro Mania. Once completed, you are rewarded with a 34-slot bag, the Goblin Mini Fridge. Up next, for the Cursed Pickaxe, head to the Talic Mine, and you'll see the pickaxe driven into a large boulder on the ground. The main thing to watch for here is just the sheer amount of enemies surrounding this area. Grab the Cursed Pickaxe, and as long as it remains in your inventory, you will be cursed and periodically transform into a Scarden. The Discarded Toolbox is another easy one of a just show up and grab the treasure. For this, you'll head to the Earthenworks area, and on a small island in the middle of the lava, you'll find the treasure. For the next, Scary Dark Treasure is found in the Lost Mines area south of the entrance to the Dark Flame Cleft. You'll see a dark purple chest surrounded by candles. You need to light all 10 candles within 15 seconds, and the chest will change state, unlocking it. Loot the chest to receive a really cool Oopla Jack's Aquatic Battle Pet. The Dislodged Blockage treasure is a little more complex. At the Waterworks just west of the Waterworks Delve entrance, click on the Dislodged Blockage to open a pipe puzzle. This actually looks a lot more complex than it is, since you only need to connect the 2 stationary pipes on the left and right sides. What we show here is only one of multiple ways the puzzle can be solved. Note that a key to solving this is that you can force pipes to move into a specific position by ensuring that all other directions are blocked. After solving the puzzle, the Dislodged Blockage appears, and looting it rewards you with the Blight Bud Battle Pet. For the Forgotten Treasure, head to the Cataract River. You'll see a cave at ground level along the western rock wall behind a waterfall. Loot the 5 smaller chests in the cave, and one will contain the key to the Forgotten Treasure. Note that one of the smaller chests is trapped and does a ton of damage. With the key in hand, loot the Forgotten Treasure for the Sovereign's Finery chest toy. This is a very cool toy that can be used by you or anyone in your party to take part in some of the finer parts of WoW life. For the final treasure, the Dusty Prospector's chest, you first need to collect 5 gem shards found at the following locations: The purple colored deep amethyst shard can be found in the Lost Mines area, right near the entrance to the Dark Flame Cleft dungeon. The green colored deep emerald shard can be found in the Shadow Vein extraction site area. The red colored deep ruby shard can be found in the Rumbling Waste area, right behind an operating rock grinding machine. The white colored deep diamond shard can be found at the far east corner of the Obsidian Hollow. Here you just want to avoid any of the overpowered rares we covered earlier. Finally, the yellow colored deep topaz shard can be found at the Talek mine in the western part of Talek. This one is surrounded by quite a few Skardon, so you'll likely need to fight your way to it. Once you have all 5 shards, head to Gundergaz, and in a room on the bottom floor of the Gundergaz Inn, you'll find the Dusty Prospector's chest. Looting it will reward several crafting gems. To complete the achievement, it's not much, but it's honest work. You need to complete all 20 waves of the Awakening the Machine event and defeat the Awakened Phalanx in a single run. If you have not participated in this event or need some help completing all 20 waves, you can check out our video linked above that goes through all of the enemies and mechanics and how to defeat them. Completing this achievement will also reward you with a new title, Machine Warden. For supersized Snuffling, you need to collect a total of 100 odd globs of wax from the disturbed earth around Khazalgar zones. A quick tip for this, turn on outline mode in the interface options to add purple outlines to the disturbed earth, which makes them stand out and a lot easier to see. For notable machines, you need to read all of the notes about the machine speakers across the Ringing Deeps. We've marked on the world map where all these can be found, and there are 6 notes, also referred to as fragments, that you need to find and read. For Fragment 1, head to Ironhall Station just northwest of Gundergaz. On a pillar just below the rail tracks, you'll find the machine speaker note. To get Fragment 2, you go just north of Gundergaz, not far from where you found the first fragment. Roughly halfway up the rock cliffs, you can find the second machine speaker note. For Fragment 3, you'll head to Nibelgaz Mine, southwest of the Stone Vault dungeon entrance. On the roof of one of the small open areas, you'll find the third machine speaker note. You find Fragment 4 on a wooden frame of a girder framework near the Hallowfall Gate. It can be difficult to get to since you need to fly in and hit the landing spot precisely. You can switch over to Steady Flight to make this a lot easier to grab. For Fragment 5, head to Talek, and on the top of a stone archway connecting 2 towers, you'll find the 5th note. Note that this fragment will not show up if you have not completed the campaign quest for Talek, which converts the area to a new phase. And finally, for Fragment 6, head southwest to Opportunity Point. You'll find the note next to a lamppost near the small open building. For the not-so-quick fix achievement, you need to repair 6 earthen consoles across the Ringing Deeps. For the earthen console, head to the earthenworks and just south of the entrance to the Stone Vault dungeon, you'll find a small enclosure over top of the rail tracks. In the corner of the closure, you'll find the console. To repair the lost console, you'll head to the Lost Mines. West of the Dark Flame Cleft dungeon entrance, you'll see a small room carved into the rock wall. Inside, find the console, and you're off to the next one. For the water console, at the waterworks, head down the stairs from the waterworks delve entrance, and around the stairs and to the back, you'll find the console that needs to be repaired. You find the obsidian console at the far eastern end of the Obsidian Hollow. Up on the rock under a small covering, you'll find the console to be repaired. For the Talek console, head to Talek at about the center of the area. Fly up on top of the railroad bridge, and you'll find the console up against the ledge in between several large barrels. Finally, for the Abyssal console, head to the southwest end of the Abyssal excavation. Next to the stairs going up to the second level, you'll see a small covered opening in the rock containing the console. Finally is the achievement to all the slimes I love, requiring you to find and show some love to critters around the Ringing Deeps. A command that is very useful for this is the tar command. You can type tar and then a search term in the chat to target anything in the area of your minimap that has the search term in the name. For example, tar spring can be used to target a spring mole. To complete the achievement, you simply target each of the critters and type /love in the chat window to emote love for the critters. These are all pretty easy to grab, but the most difficult are those that blend into the background, and that is where the tar command comes in pretty handy. These include the Dustcrawler Beetle, Pebble Scarab, Snake, Crack Keeper, Earthenwork Stone Skitterer, and Grottoscale Hatchling. For the oozling, enter the cave where it is marked on the map. Down into the cave about halfway, you'll find the oozlings scattered among tentacular slime enemies. And that's a wrap for part 2 on this series. We've covered all 7 key achievements you need to tackle, from defeating rares and discovering hidden treasures, to completing challenging tasks like the Awakening Machine event. By following these steps, you'll be well on your way to unlocking a lot of new rewards and the new mounts. Be sure to check back for part 3, where we'll continue diving deeper into the remaining achievements and cover Hallowfall. As before, we ask, did this video provide what you needed? Is there more information than you need, or are there areas that we missed that you would have liked to see? As always, let us know your thoughts and any questions you have down below in the comments, and make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you always know what's coming up next. And a special shout out to our members for your continued support. We thank you very much. And everyone, have a great day.